Why, good morning, everybody. My Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube family. Hope I found you well. Of course, you know this is your girl, April Mason, and I have a little inspiration, maybe some motivation for you this morning. I've been up since about 5. I get up early. I'm an early riser, 5:30-ish. And I just been chilling around the house. You see, I got my little music on and got dressed and decided on what I'm going to cook, or if I'm going to cook, or am I going to come to your house because you cook. But as you see, the title of this video is Love Heals. Try it. So I was up this morning and there's an expert that I follow, and she's all about healing, specific autoimmune issues. And I watch her and I love what she has to say. But I've been following her for a little while, and I listened to something that she said on last week, and it stuck with me. And it's something that I believed, but when I heard her say it, it really like stuck with me. A friend of mine and I, we went to Top Golf the other day, and I was explaining, I said, you know what? I heard something that it's just been on me, and I said, I'm gonna talk about it, but I really believe that she was on to something, but I don't even believe that she understood what she said, because people watch her videos and follow her work to get the how-to of getting over autoimmune issues. And I just love her story. But I think there's something that they missed in what she said. So I was watching her interview, I think maybe last Sunday. Matter of fact, I wasn't even looking for an interview. It was just on my YouTube. I was watching something and it came to that video. Well, one of the interviewer asked her, so how did you heal yourself? Everybody wants to know, how did you heal yourself? First thing she said was, I fell in love. Then she proceeds to talk about the steps that she took as far as her eating, as far as losing weight, as far as building muscle, as far as, going plant-based. All of those things is what she said she did. And that's what everyone comes to her for, to learn the steps to heal themselves. And true enough, you can heal yourself with those steps. But one of the things that she said that really stuck out was that the first response was, I fell in love. Well, part of her story is she was diagnosed with autoimmune disease, and she had it for a very long time, and she met a man. Well, when she met the man, he wanted to talk marriage, and she said, look, I'm going to die soon. So, there's no reason to marry me because I'm going to die, because this is what's going on. He said something to the effect of, I'd rather spend a few days with you than a lifetime without you. And that right there got her on the road to becoming healthy. And she's been free of the autoimmune disease that she's had for 14 years now. Check this out. She fell in love, then everything else started to fall in place. Okay? And like I said, I've been following her for a while now, and it really hit home with me when it comes to the power that love has to heal. And a lot of things that we're trying to get over, first, I'm not talking about chronic depression, but like bouts of depression and bouts of anxiety, issues that we're dealing with in life. I have so many friends that are dealing with death, that have dealt with loss, whether it's divorce, losing a parent, losing a spouse, losing a friend, right? And a lot of them are single, and they're going through it alone. But yet my married friends that have lost spouses, and especially those that have lost parents, all of them have said, man, if it wasn't for my husband or wife, I don't know how I would have gotten through this. Yet we sit here and try to disconnect ourselves from the very thing that we need that can actually help us get to that next level in our lives. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be in toxic situations, because toxicity, whether it's relationship, your environment, what you're eating, of course, we know that does not heal. So I'm not talking about bad relationships. I'm talking about putting yourself in a position to allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough with somebody so that the things that are going on in your life, they can be healed. I'm just a firm believer that God heals people through people. You hear people say all the time, you got to be whole before God sends someone into your life. I personally don't believe that, because None of us are all 100%. There's no such thing as the perfect person. You can meet the perfect partner for you. So I just believe that if you're not accustomed to having a good woman in your life and you've really been dogged out by women, it takes you being open enough to a good woman or the woman that's good for you to see and experience the good love of a good woman. The same thing if you're not accustomed to having a good man in your life. You got to be open enough just a little bit to receive them. I believe, people are always asking me about dating apps and dating sites. To be honest with you, I believe dating apps have made us so dismissive of people. This is what I mean. Nobody's perfect. Absolutely not. But if someone does something or says something one or two times that you don't like, and now it's nothing that's detrimental. It's nothing that's like that will harm you. It's just, I don't like what they said with that. And you dismiss them, right? Because you have the ability to go right back to the dating app and keep swiping and keep going through because you have all of these options, but you never stop to say, you know what? I like who this person is. I like how I feel when I'm around this person. Yeah, he got some quirky things that he does. Yeah, she got some little things that I might not like. But overall, looking at the foundation and at the core of who this person is, I like what I receive when I'm from them. I was sitting back and I was taking some notes. I was up writing this morning and I got some notes here. So I'm going to go through, what I got to share with you, but I just believe that we can't allow ourselves to get the healing that we desire when we have so many options available to us. And as soon as a person does one thing we don't like, it's like, oh, nope, I can keep moving. But what happens is you're still dealing with raising children alone. You're still dealing, fellas, you say you want a woman that, is supportive and have your back. You really can't get to that woman because soon as one say this to you or do this or she responds like this, oh, nope, I can't do that. I don't like that. But yet you like her or him as the individual. Now, even married couples, when I was married, there's a lot of things that my ex-husband did that he just got on my nerves. It's like, why did he say little goofy stuff like that? But there were things about him as far as the core foundation of some of the things that I like that they superseded or they did not mean as much to me as the other little things. I'm like, Lord have mercy. So we have to get to a point where we got to stop living by the, I'm 40 years old, I'm 50 years old, I'm 60 years old. I'm just stuck in my ways. No, that's a choice. All of that is a choice. So if you're saying, I like what I like, I know what it is that I like, and I'm not moving from that, but yet you like what you like, and all of that has not gotten you the results that you wanted, maybe it's not you like it what you like. Maybe it's you're stuck and you're not open to change so that you can receive the love that you need in order to heal. Okay? So love actually heals. And one of the things I was reading, y'all don't got to put well, I can't say my good glasses because baby Charlie broke my grandbaby broke my good glasses. These are my dollar store glasses. But I was reading a couple of statistics on how love actually heals. And it says it can beat depression. Another one says it keeps you away from ailments. According to a report by the Health and Human Services Department, couples in love tend to be healthier and have lesser common ailments. While the exact reason for this has not yet been pointed, experts believe that it's the phenomenon. The phenomenon is because partners generally tend to love each other especially when they live in a non-toxic environment. Okay, so it says lowers blood pressure, beats stress. Being in love is often an ecstatic feeling, and the reason for that is the fact that we experience a relief of happy hormones, which in turn bust stress. It says it can help you suffer less bouts of anxiety. Once again, I'm not talking about chronic anxiety. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about things that anxiety and depression that we can bring on ourselves by the fact that, I'm missing not having anybody in my life. I'm depressed because, the holiday seasons are coming, and I'm not in a relationship, or I don't even have quality options. I don't even have nobody chasing me, or after me. Fellas, this can happen to you as well too. Ladies, please understand, men have emotions too. I know we are taught that they do not, and they only think with one head. That is the biggest misconception and myth as women that we were fed, because we can sometimes treat men like they don't feel because of how we were taught, not realizing a man actually sometimes can be a little bit more emotional than we can. Break up with him and he don't want to be broke up with. He gonna show you, cheat on him, and he gonna just show you about them their emotions, that he actually has. So we have been made to believe that men don't have emotions, and that is furthest from the truth. Now, how they display them may be different from us, but please understand they do have emotions. It says that love promotes faster healing. Love can heal. Yes, the fact that has been specifically proven in a study published in Archives of General, scientists found that wounds heal faster in couples who are in a stable and loving relationships. The reverse was also true. People in hostile relationships tend to have slower wound healing capacity, thought to be due to the inflammatory release when a person was sad, lonely, or subjective to abuse. Now, let's look at all of this, y'all. We really got to look at this. Our society has us in a position where everything is about disconnecting. And okay, I'm all about self-love. But there's only so much self-love that you can give yourself, to where there's a lot of people walking around what I call toxic self-love, where everything is about me, I love myself. And there's a time in life where you just got, you just be all about you. But there's also a time when someone needs to be able to come into your life and love on you too. There's a difference between self-love, the love that you get from family and friends, and romantic love. And we often try to substitute romantic love with love from our pets, love from our children, our family members, and our friends. That's a type of love that cannot be substituted. A romantic love can take you to the highest heights when it's good, and of course it can take you to your lowest lows when you're in something toxic. But once again, because we have so many options available to us, we can swipe left and swipe right as soon as somebody does something or says something that we don't like. Not the person, not looking at the person, who they are, but looking at the fact that I have so many options. As soon as somebody says something to me, I don't have to deal with anything. What it does is it doesn't challenge you to have patience. It doesn't challenge you to have kindness. It doesn't challenge you to want to break down the guard and the wall of that other person by being exactly who you are, and you're knowing that your presence actually heals. Isn't that something? Your presence heals. So in that, there's only so much that a role model can do for you. There's only so much, once again, that a pet or there's only so much baby Charlie can do for me. Y'all know that's my baby. That's my heart. My grandbabies are my heart. And there's only so much that they can do for me. They can't lay with me in the middle of the night and have pillow talk and talk about our goals and aspirations, talk about my fears, talk about any insecurities that I may have. They can't do that. Okay? So we have to stop acting like I won't say acting like it's almost like we've been programmed to push away romantic love, but welcome in everything else. But yet you can have all the girlfriends you want. You can go on all the girl trips and guy trips that you want. You can have all of the admiration and people that have reached highest heights in their careers. But yet you notice a lot of people, excuse me, that have reached success are depressed and lonely. Excuse me. I'm hoping I'm not trying to get a summer cold. So the problem comes in is the very thing that we desire is to have someone there is the very thing that we're pushing away at the same time. So being open and not rejecting everybody that comes into your life because they do one thing wrong. And I'm not talking about things that are like just deal breakers. I'm talking about like you might not like how they say a word, or, oh, girl, he didn't open my door getting in and out the car every time. I got to let him go. But yet he's a good guy that can possibly be trained to do that. Okay? So some of the notes that I got this morning during my meditation time is this. One of the things was, everyone wants a soulmate, but they haven't learned how to connect with their own soul. Everyone wants a soulmate, but have not taken the time to get to know their own soul. Fear is just a feeling. Okay? One of the biggest issues in this is fear. Fear of getting hurt. Fear of somebody doing you wrong. But yet, when you lose your job, you get back on the saddle and you upgrade your resume, see what you did wrong, and you go find you another job. Okay? Fear is holding so many people back from engaging. And the more vulnerable that you get, the more you start attracting people into your life that are just as open or willing to get open with you. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But if you meet somebody that's wanting to get in the trenches with you and want to love you as you are, this is it. This is it. This is who I am. Yes. I have my quirky ways. I can be extremely sensitive on certain subjects. I get up every morning and I get dressed. My grandmama told us to get dressed. Yes, I like to go garden. Yes, I sit back and listen to Nat King Cole throughout my house. Yes, I watch Christmas movies and listen to Christmas music in July. All of those things about you, there's somebody that will accept all of that about who you are. But you have to be willing to show that and be willing to not only love yourself, but allow yourself to receive love from somebody else, from another imperfect person. Because remember, every time you complain about what somebody else is doing, somebody complaining about what you're doing too. Okay? Somebody is complaining and making an adjustment for you too, because you're not perfect. Somebody is saying, oh my God, she is so blah, 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 whatever that thing is. But I just love her. I just like who she is as a person. I like what she represents. I like what she stands for. Even though this little goofy little thing that she does over here get on my last nerve. So don't act as though your long list of criteria, that somebody else don't have a long list of criteria and they made a compromise on you as well too. Okay? Another thing is, your mind does what you tell it to do. Marinate on that for a second. Your mind does what it tells it to, what you tell it to do. So if you choose to tell your mind that everybody is going to mishandle you and treat you wrong, well, that's what you're feeding your mind. If you believe that, these women out here don't want nothing, these men out here don't want nothing, then your mind is going to believe that. And the more you impress that on your mind, it gets in your subconscious and you operate like that on a regular basis. That's why, the ladies in the Teach Me How to Date VIP Academy, make sure you join because our special ends in 2 days. Go to teachmehowtodate.com because I'm having my anniversary special and you can join for $10 a week versus $67 a month. But the ladies over there in the Teach Me How to Date VIP Academy, what they will tell you is, when I teach them things about dating, it didn't start with where to go meet men and all of this other stuff. My first job is to get you to understand that your thought process is creating your reality. Your past experiences is creating your reality. Okay? So at the end of the day, you can look the part. I can tell you what to look like, where to go meet men, how to sit, how to act, all of that. That's cute. We know how to lure the men, baby. But at the same time, you won't get the results that the women in the Teach Me How to Date group get, the results that I get, because your energy and your mindset and where you're vibrating at has not changed. So you can look all the part, and I get women that tell me that all the time. Miss April, I go in and nobody ever talks to me. Nobody, yeah, because your vibration is off. When you're vibrating at a higher level and you are a confident woman and when you are a rare woman, you have no problem meeting high value, high quality men who want to be in relationships even if they didn't think they did. You meet them. So looking the part and reading the dating books on, how to text, when to call, what to say, how to be mysterious, all of that's cute. But whatever you're feeding your mind and whatever your prior experiences have been, that's what you're operating out of, no matter how you change your look, no matter how you change your walk. No matter how you think you're operating in the feminine, and most women are not operating in the feminine. They look feminine, but they haven't become it. It's something totally different. So it's all about what you're thinking. So your mind does whatever you tell it to do. Whatever you feed your mind is what it's going to believe. So it's very important that in order to attract someone into your life, that their love will help heal you, you have to believe that it's available to you. Any woman that says, and I you can quote me on it, I've been saying it for a long time, and a lot of y'all get mad. Any woman that asks, where are the good men at? Your basic woman. You have not elevated to asset woman status. Because an asset woman knows there's not a lack of good men at all. She lives in the abundance. So if you ever find yourself asking, where are the good women at? Or where are the good men at? You're still a basic man or basic woman in your thinking. And you still live in a lack mentality, because there's good men and good women that are great for you everywhere. Everywhere. Okay? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. I see Patricia. I haven't seen you in a while. Hold on. April, I'm in a whole new season of life because of what you've shared, taught. Much appreciated. Well, I need you. You're going to have to give me. I'm going to need the tea. Do I need to come to Carolina, girl? So, do I hear some wedding bells? I got like 4 weddings to go to this year from my coaching clients. So let me know. Do I need, is it wedding something? Because I'll be there for that one. So another thing that I have on my list is you are the creator of your own life. You build the foundation and choose its content. Okay? You are the creator, meaning starting up here. You are the creator of your own life. You build the foundation by what you think. And you choose the content. You choose the content that you allow in here and what you feel in here. You choose that. So if you want to feel like replaying what your ex did to you, keep replaying it. If I chose to sit back and replay the fact that I walked in on the man that I was going to marry, years ago, having sex with another woman, his professor, 2 months before our wedding, if I chose to hang on to that, there's no way I would be able to sit here and talk to you about love and opening yourself up the way that I am. If I would have chose to hold on to all of the different things in my past that I've gone through, you can choose to hold on to that. It's up to you. I chose to put in new content. That's all you have to do. But a lot of times we want that pity party and we want to hold on to the feeling of that. Because think about it. When you still holding on to something, and when you think about it, you can feel it like it just happened yesterday. And it might have been 20 years ago. That woman that deceived you, that woman that played you, that last woman you gave your heart to, that you was like, nah, I ain't opening up like that no more. That's because you're choosing to do that. But at the same time, you're choosing to push out a love that can heal because of that. So it's up to you. Another thing on my list that I have is the past is gone. The past is gone and it's over with. Create a new today, starting today. Let what happened go. And Miss April, but you don't understand. Trust me. Your girl done been through some things with some men. Trust me. Been there, done that. I just choose to not dwell in it and believe that there's the perfect partner that will accept everything about April Mason. Might not like everything, but we'll accept it because who you are at your core outweighs the little goofy things that somebody may do. Okay? I got one or two more. Let's see. My mind makes wishes come true. My mind makes wishes come true, meaning I create and I stay in the posture in my mind of what it is that I want versus what it is that I don't have or what it is that I've had and don't like. So you can create your fantasies. Your wishes, make your wishes come true. When I wanted to get out of poverty, I didn't know how to do it for a long time until I started doing my research and started understanding that poverty is an energy. And when I started doing the work and really believing in more of abundance and what I could have and my value and that what I offered to the world, people would pay for it and that I get, help people get results. I'm results driven. My folks in the comment section tell you that. Once I started valuing that about myself, I got out of poverty. Okay? So once your mind stays in a posture, the next move is your feeling that's associated with it. So a lot of you say affirmations and you say scriptures and you say proverbs and you say all of this stuff, right? And you replay things in your mind. But guess what? You can say that and replay it in your mind, but until you add the feeling of being wealthy, the feeling of being loved, the feeling of being confident, the feeling of having abundance, just saying and thinking is not going to do it. So that's where when everybody watched The Secret talking about, your mindset, that's just a small part. It's the mindset coupled with what you say, coupled with what you feel about what you're saying. Because think about it. When you feel like being sad, or when you wake up and you say, I'm on the wrong side of the bed, you feel that. When you want to change your energy and you put on music, what happens? You put on happy music and you feel that. Then what happens? Everything else is happy. So your emotions are connected to what you're saying and what you are thinking. You can't separate the three. And that's why most people do not see manifestation in their life, because they are only thinking positive, saying positive, but they don't feel it. In order for me to, one of the things that I teach the ladies is about being okay in your sexuality, right? You can't be okay in your sexuality if you don't feel sexy. If you don't look in the mirror and say, I would bang her, to yourself. And not looking at the stretch marks, not looking at the what do we call it? The little fupa, not looking at the little, love handles or the cellulite in our thighs and everything else. You're not going to feel sexy. You're not going to feel like you have this goddess type seduction thing going on when you don't feel like that. You can't look at yourself and be like, that's a bad girl, naked and all, with everything that looked like it's out of place, honey. I would still bang her. Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Whatever you think about you is what it's going to be. And people are going to respond to you accordingly. A lot of y'all, Miss April, these men always put me in the friend zone because you don't think you will bang you. But I teach that over there in the Teach Me How to Date VIP Academy. That's a little bit more deeper than I want to go right now. But it's so important that you feel a certain way about what you're trying to manifest in your life. And I think the last thing I have is love flows through my body and it heals it. As I said earlier, love heals. And I don't believe time heals all wounds, because time can pass and you still be stuck in the past. I believe love heals all wounds. So my question to you is, when will you open up and let somebody love you? When will you stop swiping left and swiping right because you have options, and you actually get close enough to somebody? Because what I realize is some people like the newness of dating. You know, they get to know you and they spend a little time with you. They like the newness, but when it's time to go deep, they run. When will you stop running? When will you say, you know what? This is uncomfortable. This is unfamiliar to me. But I'm choosing to stick it out because this person has done nothing to me. That's how you know if you're running. Or if you know, oh, I'm just a person that get bored. Maybe you get bored with a person because you are the boring party. Maybe it's you. So there's a lot of people out there that like the newness of meeting somebody new. But when will you get tired of going on first dates? Oh, there's another one, first date, another first date, another. And so you get to surface level stuff. But yet there's a part of you that desires to be with your soulmate. But yet you just keep going through people not making real connections. You got to be open enough to make real connections. Okay? So I wanted to share that with you. That love heals, but you have to allow yourself to be open enough and look at a person and say, have they really done anything that is so detrimental? Or is it, I've been out of a relationship for so long that anything anybody does that goes against my singleness and this guard, this wall that I've created, I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. But what you're saying you don't want to deal with really isn't anything that this person has done wrong. We've all done it. I've done it. Oh, and I hear women say all the time, oh, I get bored with a man real quick, Miss April. Maybe you're the boring party. I just really want you to understand it's a possibility that you really are a boring person. So the reason why you're getting bored after a few weeks, because you really don't have substance. And it's not always everybody else. Think about it. So, love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And think about what I said. Understand, love heals. Let somebody love on you to help heal those parts that need to be healed. I'm not talking about toxic. I'm not talking about letting nobody dump on you. I'm not talking about absorbing everybody else's problem. No, this is a two-way thing. This is not a you get to dump on me and now you leave. Ooh, wow, I feel good because I done dumped on him or her, and you become a vampire sucking out, all of a person's energy. That's not what I'm talking about. When you connect with a person that heals, a lot of times it's just their mere presence that starts the healing process. Nothing that they say, nothing that they do. It's just who they are. So ask yourself, have I passed up on people that have done nothing wrong, but because they said or did something that I didn't like, something minor. I ain't talking about a deal breaker, but something minor that I didn't like, but yet I like them genuinely as a person. I like what they represent. I like what they stand for. I just like them, but what they said really got on my nerves a little bit. You might want to revisit that. Or you're going to continue to keep swiping left, swiping right, swiping left, swiping right. Love y'all. Bye.